Well, hello again, everyone, and welcome to our latest webcast that we're bringing you from Travel Weekly as part of our Roadmap to Recovery series. And I'm delighted to be joined today by Antonio Paradiso, who is, of course, the UK and Ireland Managing Director for MSC Cruises. So good morning, Antonio.
Buongiorno. Hi, everyone.
So it's great to see you here. Antonio, you've announced this morning something very special regarding your domestic sailings. We know about them a little bit already because I interviewed your boss, the CEO, Gianni Onorato, and he told us at the time, he hinted that it may be Magnifica that was operating these sailings, but it may be a bigger ship. Well, it is a bigger ship. It's in fact your newest ship. So tell us a little bit about what you've announced today.
So thank you, Lucy. It's an exciting day. It's like a dream come true, if I'm honest. So we are proud and delighted to announce that MSC Virtuosa, so our latest and newest flagship, will be spending her inaugural season in the UK. So it's a fantastic opportunity. And, we can't wait to welcome all of our lovely guests on board. So, very happy. I'm still, digesting the news as well.
So of course he wasn't supposed to be doing this. This is you've just managed to convince the guys to bring her here to give the British guests this wonderful experience, then to be the first on board.
Indeed. So there's definitely a big appetite in the UK, and we are lucky in the UK to be, let's say, in a better shape compared to other countries. So we have a rather clear roadmap, so things will start reopening soon, and the vaccinations are going really, really well. So the UK was, of course, one of the best performing markets for MSC. So we saw the opportunity to upgrade the ship and to perform some UK cruises. And I was hoping for a big ship, if I'm honest. When we finally decided, to base MSC Virtuosa, of course, I was over the moon. And looking at the first reactions from today's announcement, I think many of the UK customers out there were hoping to see Virtuosa this year. So, only 2 years ago, do you remember, in March, we were launching MSC Bellissima, and now 2 years later, we have her big sister back in the UK. So we are definitely excited. It's the biggest ship we've ever had in the UK. And as I said, we're excited to be starting soon. If I'm not mistaken, we'll be the first ones to start on the 20th of May. If you want me, Lucy, I can share a little bit more about the itineraries and where we're going.
Yeah, absolutely. But before we do the itineraries, just you keep mentioning that she's bigger. She's a bigger sister to Bellissima. So just give her an idea of the scale. I believe she could carry 6,000 passengers. Presumably, Correct. You're not going to take that many because I know you're going to have some sort of restrictions. But just give us an idea of the scale and what the number of restaurants, all that kind of thing, so people know what Virtuosa is all about.
Okay, so it's 331 meters long. So that's about 20 meters long than the Eiffel Tower in Paris. 19 decks, so named after famous composers, including Ennio Morricone. It's a ship that will have on board 21 bars, 4 restaurants, lots of new features, a 950 seats theater. It will also be the first ship with the brand new theme of the robotic lounge. So we will have our very first robotic, bartender. His name is Rob, and Rob will be preparing some amazing cocktails for all of us as soon as we go on board. Lots of choice in terms of specialty restaurants. I could spend hours, Lucy, to talk about the ship. And we will probably have other interviews, you and I, where we can disclose further details. But as I said, it's you rightly mentioned at the beginning, we will have a capacity cap in place. So from the 20th of May until the 21st of June, we will be operating at a reduced capacity, so 1,000 passengers max on board. Then as soon as the restrictions will be lifted in the UK, we're planning on increasing the capacity, of course, but we will always have some sort of cap in place, because as part of our health and safety protocol, we have a dedicated section of the ship, for should there ever be, a COVID outbreak or a problem on board. So we will definitely have, this section dedicated to them. So
do you know how much so it's starting with 1,000 passengers, which I know is the rule up until that date, and then after June the 21st, how many would you be able to have on board?
We are looking at 80%, so 80% capacity, around that. So as I said, there will be plenty of space on board.
Plenty of, my goodness, there'll be so much space on the first sailing. So
exactly.
Tell us a little bit about the itineraries you mentioned there. You've got some short sailings first of all, yes?
Sure. So we will start with some short cruises, which will visit Portland in Dorset. And that's where our guests will have the opportunity to go ashore on protected excursions and visit, the beautiful Dorset, starting from the Jurassic, beach. There are many amazing attractions locally. So we will be performing these cruises until the 12th of June.
And they're just 4-nighters, aren't they?
4-nighters, correct. Yeah.
4-nighters. From Southampton.
From Southampton and back to Southampton.
Yeah, and two days at sea, but a call in Portland.
And call in Portland, correct. Then from the 12th of June, we will start a brand new series of 7-night cruises, which in addition to Portland, will also visit Liverpool, Belfast and Greenock in Scotland. So we have listened to our customers. Many customers were saying, why can't MSC do what they do in the Med, and start boarding people from different ports? So I'm also pleased to announce that in Liverpool and Greenock, we will have the opportunity to embark, our local customers from June onwards. So that's a first for us, if I'm honest. It's also it's the first time that we go to Liverpool on such a big ship, and beautiful ship. So we're really, really excited, and I would like to seize the opportunity to say thank you to all the port authorities, port representatives, health authorities who have been supporting us in the past weeks in order to make this happen. So
as well as embarking customers in Liverpool and Greenock, Antonio, will you be doing your bubble shore excursions that I know have worked well in the Med? Is that something you're going to be able to offer as well in those 3 fantastic cities that you're going to be calling at?
Yes, the idea is to create a safety bubble from the second you board the ship, and that safety bubble will be replicated, or better, extended to all the destinations that we will be visiting, in due course. The idea is to make our customers feel safe, but more importantly, to make the local communities feel safe. Because they will be aware, they will know that, again, our health and safety protocol is robust, it's very, very effective. And we have been lucky enough to test this protocol since August last year. And to date...
Is that why you can be, you mentioned that you think you're the first, you certainly are in terms of anybody else I've heard, and significantly, so, because it's 20th of May is quite early. And do you think that you're able to go earlier because you have the experience of operating in the Med? Is that why you can start quicker than others?
Well, somebody has to start sooner or later, and I said, why not? It would be great if MSC would start first. And yes, let's say the advantage or the experience we have at the moment is very, very helpful. So we've been testing this protocol since last year, and we've had on board more than 50,000 safe and, more importantly, happy customers. So we feel rather confident in our health and safety protocol, and we're looking forward to replicating the success we've had in the Med, also in Southampton and all the other ports of call. So yes, that's an advantage. But more importantly, I would like to highlight this: we are a family-run business, so we, of course, cannot exclude families. We want families on board. They've always been our best customers. Family. We live to give the opportunity to all the lovely families from around the world, to book one of our cruises, to enjoy one of our cruises. So we just felt it was right to have the families back on board. So
and what's the reaction been like? I know you go on sale on April the 1st, is that right?
yes, in a few days, on April the 1st.
But presumably you've had some pre-registrations, have you, since
Yes.
you made the announcement? So give us an idea in terms of your trade partners. Have they really got behind this? Have they got lots of advanced registrations? Have they got lots of families excited to join you?
So saying that they were excited is an understatement. So the response has been fantastic so far, and nobody was really expecting Virtuosa. They were all expecting a big ship, but nobody was expecting to see the new flagship in the UK. So our policy has been very well received. So the fact that we will accept on board both vaccinated and non-vaccinated people, as long as they take their test when they get to the terminal. So we have received some amazing comments and feedback from many families and customers out there, and it's been really, really encouraging. So we can't wait to start. If I'm honest, I'm really excited, and I want to start now. And you rightly mentioned that we will go on sale on April the 1st. So it's not a joke, it's real, it's happening. So we are opening sales, and as you said, many customers have already pre-registered. Of course, we will start giving priority to our existing customers who previously booked on MSC Magnifica. So of course, we are contacting them right now as we speak, because both the ship and the itineraries have changed. So but we will give them the options, some rather generous options, in order to move their booking to MSC Virtuosa. Of course, MSC Virtuosa is a completely different ship, so it has many more cabins and categories and experiences. So it's not going to be a like-for-like transfer. So there will be
how are agents sort of coping with that? Because as you said, it's a little bit complex because they've now got the different cabin categories, and of course there's just all these cruise lines announcing all their different things that they're doing this summer. Do you think that agents are coping okay? I mean, I guess they're just excited that they've got something to sell that's imminent, and they might be able to get their customers away this summer.
Well, we did give our agents a few days notice, so to be prepared to receive this demand. But if I'm honest, the feedback we got from the agents has been fantastic so far. Everybody wants to start sail cruises again. Everybody wants to sail as soon as possible. So as I said, by far the positive reaction have exceeded any potential complaint or dissatisfaction. I think it's great news. It just proves once again how committed we are to the UK. In the past, people probably were thinking, okay, this guy is making a lot of promises here, but I did promise you the biggest launch of all time, and we delivered that. Now we're bringing our newest, flagship to the UK. That just shows the love and the commitment to this beautiful country, and I'm excited, to see some lovely faces again, smiling faces, because I genuinely believe after this nightmare we've been through, we all deserve a break. We all deserve to smile again. I think we've earned that now. We've been working our socks since March last year.
You're quite emotional about it, Antonio. I know you are very passionate about this, but I think perhaps to get this big ship and to have her inaugural sailing season in the UK must just be a pretty big deal for you.
Well, you should know by now that it's tough to detach passion from me. So I'm a very passionate guy. I genuinely believe in what we do, and yes, I'm overwhelmed. I'm kind of emotional because you can finally see the light at the end of the tunnel. These 12 months have been really, really hard, Lucy. Repatriating people, repatriating crew, changing ships, changing itineraries, cancelling here, refunding people. It's been hard. It's been hard. It's brought resilience to a completely different level.
Yeah.
So it's been tough, and every time you were trying to be positive, you were trying to bounce back, there was always some negative news or something bad happening. So, it's like you've been stabbed several times. But now, I feel like I can start breathing again. we've been working like crazy around the clock, the past 4 to 5 weeks, with the ports.
To get this ready and to get all the crew back. Yeah.
To get this ready, to do things, in the right way at the right time. And, I genuinely feel relieved. And so the feedback we're getting out there has been, overwhelming. So finally, we're starting a new chapter. It's time that we start cruising again.
Absolutely. And tell us then, just to round it off then, once Virtuosa has finished this season in the UK this summer, what happens then in terms of the ships? Where does she go? What happens again in, what will the UK get? Will she have Magnifica back, or?
Well, everything is still under discussion. We just finished to announce Virtuosa. So we're currently reviewing the programs also for winter and summer next year. As you can imagine, things are changing by the minute. So one day this ship is there, the following day we're moving the ship to a completely different country. But the message I want to give is that it's really, really important that we all support, this new season of cruises in the UK, regardless of whether customers and agents will be booking MSC or any other brand. It's important that we restart and that we bring this enthusiasm back to the UK and back to our customers. I just want to address some of the comments I've seen that people are saying, oh my God, there's so many cruise lines coming to the UK this summer. I just want everybody to think that before the pandemic, we had something like 400 cruise ships sailing around the world. Today, following the latest announcements from all the cruise lines, you barely get 18. So there is demand, there is space. It's a big opportunity for all of us, to bounce back. And why not, to start creating some new memories, which I'm sure we will treasure even more following the really, really tough times we've had, and
yeah, I've seen some of those comments as well. I know what you're referring to. I think people think they're going to be, there's just going to be ships everywhere and it's all going to be very congested and you're all going to be jostling, but it's not. You're saying it won't be like that. It's obviously been very carefully planned. So you've all got all sorts of call at different time. And
indeed. And, every cruise line has something different to offer. As I said, we will be focusing more on families and couples and, people of all ages, from grandparents to grandchildren. We will welcome everybody on board with a smile, and I'll be there to welcome those people on the first sailing.
Are you going to be on the first sailing?
I want to. I need to see people smiling again. It's important. That's going to be our mission. So we will do our best, to give, to provide everyone with the best possible experience. And I think with the itineraries we've been announcing so far, with the announcement of the ship today, I think we've started, on the right foot. So we can now start writing some beautiful pages of a completely different story, from now onwards.
Okay. All right. Well, listen, it's really exciting news. I've seen the real buzz this morning since you made that announcement. So I hope that continues through to April the 1st, when people actually start making their bookings, and we just wish you all the best with this season. It's very exciting. Can't wait to see her.
Same here. So thank you very much, Lucy. And again, I wish a lovely week to everyone.
Okay. Thanks, Antonio.
Ciao, ciao.